Hello, so today we're going to be talking about homogeneous and heterogeneous catalysts. So what's the difference between the two? Well, homo means the same. So homogeneous catalysts are the same phase as the reactants. They're the same phase. So usually that means that you have liquid reactants and you have a liquid catalyst helping the reaction along. Heterogeneous catalysts, hetero means different, they're different phases. So usually that means that we have a solid metal catalyst and we have gaseous reactants, and the gases bind to the metal and that helps the reaction along. So heterogeneous catalysts are very useful industrially. So what kind of processes are heterogeneous catalysts used for? Well, one is making ammonium. So ammonia is a very useful industrial chemical, and it is difficult to make. Nitrogen and hydrogen don't really like to react. The reaction is very slow to make ammonia. So what people have done is they take iron with a little bit of potassium and aluminum, and then the nitrogen and hydrogen will bond to the metal surface, which will allow the bonds between the atoms to break. And that means that they can form new bonds easier. And that helps the reaction along tremendously. Another reaction is making nitric acid. So nitric acid is also a very useful industrial chemical. So one of the first steps is taking ammonium and trying to make nitrogen oxide. But this reaction is very, very slow. However, if you have a platinum rhodium catalyst, like I said before, it helps break the bonds, and when the bonds are broken, nitrogen can react with oxygen to form nitrogen monoxide. And once nitrogen monoxide has been formed, it can further react, and those reactions are very favorable to make nitric acid. So the last reaction is the catalytic converter in your car. Catalytic converters are very useful because cars create a lot of pollutants. They create carbon monoxide, nitrogen monoxide, unburned hydrocarbons, just a lot of bad stuff. And the catalytic converter in your car usually has two compartments, and it converts the carbon monoxide into carbon dioxide and the nitrogen monoxide into nitrogen and oxygen. So catalytic converters are also very useful, and they are heterogeneous catalysts. And so now we've seen some reasons that heterogeneous catalysts are very useful.